What's going on, you guys? It's your girl, Miss J, with In Style Atlanta and JuicyPop. And you guys, we are being joined by a very special guest today. You probably know her from Belle Collective on OWN. Tambra Cherie, how are you today?
I am good. How are you, Jordan?
I am very good. I am excited to sit down and talk to you. We have a lot to get into. Really quickly, I saw you last night at the Tyler Perry premiere. I didn't get a
Did
chance
you?
to speak, yes, but you look amazing, okay, to say the least.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Did you speak?
I did not, I wasn't close enough where I could speak to you, but I definitely saw you.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
okay,
So
okay.
we
I was
were
like,
like
wait.
on
I remember
opposite
some
sides.
people speaking, and I was just like, was that one of you that you actually came over and spoke?
Oh,
Okay.
yes. We were on opposite sides of the theater, so I was not able to come and speak to you. So you looked amazing last night. Post
Thank you.
baby, congratulations on the new baby. How is motherhood treating you?
Motherhood has been amazing. I am thankful. Of course, you have those hurdles to get over,
Yes.
immediately after you deliver. So I did have some hurdles to get over, and I did. I'm very thankful for that. I am blessed, truly blessed. And it's, just with anything else, it's very different for me. I haven't been here before. So it is very different, but I am thankful and I'm just trying to balance. Now
Yeah.
I'm in that season of trying to balance everything out with personal and being a mom and still being a professional and career. I'm just trying to balance everything at this moment, but it has been amazing.
Well, you look amazing. And let's
Thank
really
you.
quickly let's talk about the pregnancy. It was a high risk pregnancy. You dealt with uterine fibroids. Tell us
Yes.
a little bit about that experience and that journey for you.
Well, honestly, I actually had a fibroid while I was pregnant. And
Wow.
that was one of the reasons that I made that decision to go ahead and unfreeze my embryos. That was one of the reasons. I was really forced with a decision to make. And my doctor was like, let's go. And I went.
You did
I'm going to be very transparent with you. Of course, I've always waited. I definitely I've had fibroid surgeries before. I was getting tired of having fibroid surgeries.
it.
Um, and I froze my eggs. That was a personal decision, eggs and embryos. I made the personal decision to do that just in case. The best decision I ever made in my entire life. I
Mm.
am thankful and I'm grateful for that.
So for some women who are struggling to get pregnant or even dealing with fibroids, what is some advice that you would give to them?
You know what? If I could have froze my eggs in my 20s, I would have done that because I froze my eggs in my 30s. I would have done that. If I had the money to do it in my 20s, do it in your 20s and you're dealing with fibroids because you just never know.
Right.
Sometimes it can be natural, it can be. But for me, I unfroze because I just chose to make that decision for myself. And you really have to do what's best for you. Of
Absolutely.
course, I wanted to be married. I wanted to have this amazing career first. I put my career first. I'm not ashamed of that,
Mhm.
but I believe in God's timing, and his timing is everything because
Absolutely.
now it happened at a time where now it's documented on television with Belle Collective, and I'm inspiring other women. I'm helping other women who may be going through the same thing, who may be dealing with fibroids, and I'm giving them hope. And for me, that is priceless, and I have a purpose. So now I understand God's plan and why it happened when it happened. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful.
Yes, and thank you so much for being so transparent, especially on this upcoming season. Season 4 is starting Friday, November 10th on OWN. And we have a lot to talk about. I sat and I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? What is going on? I mean, you have had a whirlwind of different events happening with some of the women on the show, like Tisha and Marie coming up this season. Tell us what fans can expect from your storyline besides your pregnancy journey.
Well, honestly, I was just as shocked as everyone else. If you want me to be honest, throughout this entire season, I'm just as shocked as everyone else because you go into thinking like, oh, this is great. We are all cool. It's happy times. It's going to be a good time. And that's not what happened. So I'm just as shocked as everyone else. I'm just caught off guard and surprised through all of it. But one journey I am proud about. I did some things. I never stopped working while
Yeah.
I was pregnant. We filmed for 6 months. I continued working radio, television, hosting. You see me hosting events. Some events you guys didn't even get a chance to see because I was hosting just a number of events.
Wow.
But you see that on Belle Collective. So you see me balancing it all. And you also get to see this journey of pregnancy of me keeping it to myself. You know, even coworkers that I work with at the station did not know I was pregnant. So, you know, they just
really kept it from everyone.
Exactly. You see Damon and I keeping it to ourselves, but we were keeping it to ourselves for a reason. So you get to see all of that. You get to see that journey of when we tell our family and our friends. You get to see me when I tell my family for the very first time. Wow. That's on Belle Collective. They had no idea.
Wow. That is a beautiful thing. And the fact that you and Damon, since you just brought him up, the fact that you guys are able to keep your relationship so sacred and for a special moment like that for you guys to share, that is amazing. And I really commend you guys. Speaking of Damon, people have been questioning if you guys' relationship is real. What do you say to the haters and the naysayers now, especially that you guys have a baby?
Right. Is that fake? Like, I don't even know why it was questioned from the beginning, to be totally honest with you. You know, Damon is like an everyday working man. You know, like I've always been the one that's been into entertainment. Damon is not. You know, Damon works a lot. So, you know, when you see him with me, he's really, you know, taking that time, you know, to work, you know, to come, you know, because he works so much all day, all night. And then when he's at night, he's trying to sleep. So, you know, he's the one that's getting up at 4 and 5 in the morning, not me.
Right.
We have two totally different schedules. So we do what works for us. But it's amazing because from season 1, you guys really did see us coming back together at that time. And it was actually during COVID.
Wow.
So you guys really did get a chance to see us together. So now, like, no, I have no idea why it was ever questioned in the beginning, to be honest. I have no idea.
I think it's a few other people on the show who need to question their relationship.
Oh, absolutely. You know,
who am I to judge?
I mean, I'm just saying, absolutely. If marriage is like, I'm not going to say, if some marriages, it's like what we see on the show, I'm good on that.
Right. So speaking of you and Damon and your relationships and the highs and the lows that marriages have, what is something that you guys do to come back together when you are hitting those rough patches?
For Damon and I?
Yes.
Oh, honestly, Danny, because the thing, like, okay, let me start this. And I'm sorry, Jordan, I'm sorry. Jordan, the things we argue about or things that we get into it about, you probably wouldn't necessarily think that's a thing. Okay. You know, for me, I understand Damon's tired. You know, I understand that. I'm a church girl. I get up and I go to church. I am on his butt for not getting up and going to church. We get into it about things like that. Got it. That's a low for us. That's an argument for us. Okay. You know, so that's why I say, you know, that's considered a part of what we get into, of our issues and our problems. Like, that's a big thing to me. Because I love to go to church, and I would like for him to, I know you're tired. I know the weekend is your time to kind of, you know, get some extra sleep. Yes. But, and I understand that. But, you know, I stay on his tail about getting up, going to church. Like, you know, that's big. Yes. You know, that's big for us. And that's big for me. And some people probably wouldn't even argue about that. So when your fans sit and they watch this season, what are they going to really see? Like, what are the things that you want them to take away from this season, besides the journey of the pregnancy, besides you having disagreements with some of your castmates? What is something that you want them to take away? I want them to take away, honestly, hope, inspiration, motivation, and not just from me, from all of the ladies. Gotcha. Inspiration, you know, I want them to be able to take away the good things and the positive things and still be entertained at the same time. Yes. Because you guys, especially with the show being set in a small city like Jackson, Mississippi, we're used to seeing the bigger cities like Atlanta and LA and New York. What is something that you would say to someone who has never watched the show as to why they should watch it? Because it's 5 Black successful women on the show sharing their personal stories. And that's one of the reasons I feel like you should watch it. I feel like you should watch it because, you know, we don't come from like the Atlantas, the bigger cities with more opportunities, you
Right.
know. And for me, I've been in entertainment for 20 years of my life.
Right.
I've been in entertainment since I've been in college. And that's a stereotype that I wanted to break. That was one of the reasons I wanted to do Belle Collective, because I was excited about it. I would go to the BET Awards, I would go to the Grammys. When I say where I'm from, Jackson, Mississippi, they're like, okay, why are you still there? That was the question I would get when I traveled to other cities and other places, you know? And now with Belle Collective, I see why. I have a purpose.
Yes.
And I want people to see that you can do it from where you are. You know,
absolutely.
You can make your goals and your dreams come true. I want little girls in Mississippi to see Belle Collective, young ladies to see Belle Collective, young ladies from smaller towns and other parts of the country to say, I can do it. Just follow your dreams. You can do it from your hometown. I want them to see that it is possible. So that goes back to that hope and that inspiration, that motivation. That's what I want you to get, because for me, and I say this all the time, everything that I do, every platform has a purpose for me. And Belle Collective definitely has a purpose.
So you spoke on being in entertainment for the last 20 years. What was that transition like, especially because you're on the radio, you're sharing some of your personal business, but not as much as it's being displayed on Belle Collective. What was that transition like, and how did you adjust to having everything displayed on national?
Okay, now that's a big adjustment. That's still a big adjustment, because for radio, you know, for me, period, even though I've done television before, but not this type of television. Gotcha. It's never been about me. It's always been about my listeners. It's always been about my audience. I always take me out of it. So I'm always trying to, even on radio, you know, it's about your audience. You know, I entertain them, but I want to motivate you, encourage you, inspire you, I want to do all of those things. It's never been about me. It's always about my audience. For the focus to be on me, it's still really hard, because I'm like, whoa, this is about me, you know? So yes, I'm opening up about myself. That's still a challenge for me, because for me, it's not about me, it's about the audience. And that's been always in my brain for the last 20 years. It's about your audience. It's about entertaining them, helping them, inspiring them, focusing on them. I'm not used to the focus being on me. So it's something very different. This type of television is very different for me.
So a little birdie told me that you have a new podcast that you're coming out with. Tell me about that.
I actually do a podcast now. I do a podcast now called There I Said It, with two other amazing syndicated radio hosts, Gary with the T and Georgia Alfredis. And I know Gary with the T is from the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, and Georgia Alfredis is from Russ Parr Morning Show, and then myself. So it's three of us on the podcast, and it's called There I Said It, where we talk about entertainment news, some of the juiciest entertainment news and hot topics. So of course, make sure you tune into that wherever you listen to your podcast or watch your podcast, because it's just a fun time and it's a good time. So I love it. I love the podcast world as well.
I love that for you. So really quickly before we get out of here, what are some other things? Do you have anything else coming up for the rest of 2023? I know we're coming to the end of 2023, believe it or not. Yes. And then do you have anything else coming up for the beginning of 2024?
You know what I do? I am big on these vision boards, okay?
I am too.
I am huge on vision boards. I am huge on vision boards. I really am. But as far as the near future, it's amazing, because now I don't even know how this came back. I've been getting more sales with my book lately. And I'm just like, wow. I know, right? I wrote my book in 2018. Surrounded by Sin, Grounded by Love, 8 Simple Keys to Becoming a Better You. I'm back pushing that too, because now people are coming full. It's almost like it's coming back full circle. Of course, I have my favorite immunity tea. I actually have an immunity tea that's in stores that I absolutely love. And just people follow me on my website. I have to keep updated with that too, but everything is my name, www.tambracherie.com. My Instagram, Tambra Cherie, Facebook, Tambra Cherie, everything is my name. But I do have some things that I am definitely excited about. As far as, because I don't forget, I am a journalist first and foremost. So I have things with other networks that as far as journaling is concerned with my career, as far as like, co-hosting, and I'm still doing that. I'm still hosting around the country. So I'm still doing things that I absolutely love. Right now, it's just about, I am in the season of balancing motherhood with that career.
Yes. Well, you again looked amazing last night when I saw you.
Thank you so much.
You are
You just don't know how much that means to me.
I was gonna say, I know how it is after having a baby, trying to get back to yourself. It definitely takes about a year before you finally feel like yourself again. So give yourself time and grace to let the process take, nature to take control of everything. Just let it
Yes.
be. Don't rush it. But congratulations on all of your success. Everyone, please make sure you tune into OWN on Friday, November 10th for a season 4 premiere of Belle Collective. My girl Tambra is going to be on there. Baby, she is coming with all the tea. She got a couple of people hating on her, but that's okay. She's got a brand new baby girl. She's telling all of it, putting
Well,
it
you know what? They say you're pretty powerful if it takes more than one.
Absolutely. If you don't have
You
any
are
letters, you're
pretty
not doing something
powerful
right.
if it takes more than one.
We are just so proud of you and so happy of everything that you have going on. Thank you so much for your time today. I know you are booked and busy, and like you said, trying to balance everything in life. So just thank you again for taking this time out.
Thank you.
I
appreciate you for having me. Thank you so much.
No problem. I am your girl, Miss J. Make sure you are following me on InStyle Atlanta at the letter N Style Atlanta. Make sure you follow my own personal Instagram page at MISS_Jordan_radio. And thank you again so much, Tambra. We appreciate you. And until then, you guys, I will talk to you later.